Hey, everyone, welcome back once again. Meet her, she is my childhood best friend Tara. We are meeting after 10 years. Isn't that amazing that we are still best friends even after so many years? I guess it is because old is gold. What do you think, Tara? I too think the same, old is gold. Do you like knowing about past? Yes, a lot. So, let's see the earliest and mysterious cities. This is the place where cities flourished 4,700 years ago. So, you are talking about Harappa. I know something's about it. Then what are you waiting for? Tell me fast. This place is called Harappa. Here, cities flourished. This is located in present-day Pakistan. Do you know how was it discovered? No. Why are we here? Just keep quiet. Some 150 years ago. You mean it was discovered 150 years ago? No. Before 150 years ago, when railway lines were first being set up in Punjab, the people thought that it was just a source of high-quality bricks, and kept on taking it. This resulted in great destruction of the buildings. Then, about 80 years ago, archaeologists found the site, and realized that this was one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent. Oh, so that's how we got to know about this. Was there anything special about those cities? Yep, there is. What? The city was divided into two parts. The part to west was smaller but higher. Talking about the eastern side, it was larger but lower. Archaeologists must have a fancy name for this. Yeah, they have. Western side is known as Citadel and the eastern one is called Lower Town. You said that the city was divided in two parts, but how? Okay, do you remember in start I said rail track makers found baked bricks? So, these baked bricks were used to make separation walls. They were arranged in an interlocking manner to make the structure strong. Wasn't there anything special about those cities? Yes, there was. Some special buildings were constructed on the citadel. For example, in Mohenjo-daro, a very special tank, which archaeologists call the Great Bath, was built in this area. This was lined with bricks, coated with plaster, and made watertight with a layer of natural tar. There were steps leading down to it from two sides, while there were rooms on all sides. Water was probably brought in from a well, and drained out after use. Perhaps, important people took a dip in this tank on special occasions. Were there only two cities? No, there were other cities as well. In fact, they also had something special. For instance, Kalibangan and Lothal had fire altars, where sacrifices may have been performed. And some cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Lothal had elaborate storehouses. Okay. But what are altars here? An altar is something used in the worship of fire. Welcome home, Rashida. Come inside. Your new house is beautiful. Thank you. Let's go to my room for studying. I had a lot of doubts. So, the first question I have is, were there any houses in those early cities? Yes, there were. In fact, they were 2 to 3 stories high, and rooms of these houses were built around courtyard. Most of the houses had a separate bathing area. Some had water supply from well. What about drainage? Many of the cities had covered drains, and drains had a gentle slope so that water could flow through them. Also, the drains of houses were further connected to the bigger drains of streets, and they were furthermore connected to even bigger ones. So, in conclusion, we can say that drains, houses, and streets were all probably planned and built at the same time. Oh, come on, who studies in canteen now? Why don't you just enjoy your life? That's the question. I want to know how people lived in earliest cities. Okay then, bye. I want to know about the lifestyles of Harappan people. Do you know? Let's see. Now, listen carefully. Do you remember you told the cities were planned? This planning was probably done by the kings of this time. He sent his people in search of precious metals and other things that he wanted.
Go and bring the things I want fast.
Were there only kings? No, that is why we are here. The people who knew to write were called scribes. They helped people in making seals. Some were craft persons who made things like toys. They made them either at their homes or at special workshops. Toys made of terracotta were found here. And yeah, they used to travel from one place to another as well. They brought raw materials and a lot of stories along with them. Yeah, I finally got to know about their lives.